Okay. Um, so this is just kind of a quick walk through of Canvas for students. This is my course, but yours might not have as much stuff on it, but just for an idea of what to do and browse and click through. I'm going to click student view so you can see probably what you'll see on your end. So depending on what your teacher's allowed, you may have things like home modules, Office 365, chat. But for what I usually have is just modules that you can scroll down through. And I'm going to take it down to the last things I have posted so far, which are midterm reviews. And I have 6 of them that are posted to Canvas. And they're all the Canvas quizzes, they're called. It's not like formal or anything, but they have a little rocket ship on there. And if you click on that, and it says allowed attempts, you know, your teacher might have set number of attempts allowed, like 2 or 3, or unlimited, or just 1. And it'll tell you how many points it's worth, when it's due, the number of questions, the time limit, if any of that exists. So we click take the quiz. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory after that. The questions would be similar to any online platform. You would answer the question. If it's a numeric input, there'll usually be a little box for you to put your number in. So for instance, this question, the table below shows several values for g of x. What if g of x is a one-to-one function, what's the value of g inverse of -8? So we would go to the y value at -8, and my answer would be 1. I would click next, and it's not going to tell me if that's right or wrong. You would have to go through all the questions, and you'll know the question's been answered if that check mark exists. So let's say I only forget to do all the other questions and I've only done number 1, and I just hit submit quiz. It's going to say you have 9 unanswered questions. See the right sidebar for details. If you have something going on and you have to leave it, that's fine. That check mark's there. It's going to save. If you click OK, it's going to say I got 5 points out of 50, which essentially means I got 1 question right. Depending on the settings, the correct answers will be hidden. They'll probably be hidden if you have multiple attempts. So it'll tell you what you answered. So like for instance, this one is not the correct answer necessarily. I mean, I know it is because I got 5 out of 5 points, but it's the answer I put in to get those 5 points. And you see I didn't get any points for these ones because they have 0 out of 5. And that's pretty much how quizzes work. I have the option here to take it again, so I'll take it again, but be very careful on that. There might be other things posted to Canvas, such as just pages and announcements. So usually, typically a page will just have a little like paper note there. So you can see this one, day 3 notes, absolute value graphs. And in my case, I just have the notes worked out. There might be videos posted or links posted that you can click on. And you can always go back by clicking home. You can also hide modules. So if your teacher has a lot of modules that you've already completed and gone through, you can just click that arrow and it'll bring it up. What else? Some of the modules might just have assignments that you have to upload. Trying to find one that would have that. So for instance, this one here, for my class, I had, you see that little pencil there, that means it's an assignment, you have to do it. But the difference is it'll have directions on what to do, and it might not be a Canvas quiz that you upload answers on. It might be directions to go to a website. So for instance, in this case, I said log into Delta Math, complete the assignment titled Synthetic Division of Polynomials. So I would go into it. If it says submit the assignment, then you can just say you've completed it to let your teacher know you've done it. In some cases, there'll be inputs where you can upload a document or input answers. That's dependent on what the teacher leaves for you to work on. I hope that was helpful for you. Canvas is not that bad once you get to know it and use it. It does give you a little reminders of what's due. So for instance, this problem here, this assignment is overdue. So if my teacher allowed me to complete it and still submit it, then I would still be able to do it and credit for it. And you can see if I click on grades, it'll tell me everything I'm missing. You can see at the very bottom, I did complete in midterm review number 1, so I got 5 out of 50. And not doing so good here, but this is just kind of an example of what to expect when you look through Canvas. Hopefully that was helpful for you.